No commercials tonight, niece. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, boy, hey. Go turn that
Oh,
down.
girl, we could
Looks
jump.
like this is the
We
first
could
time.
jump right in.
Go check. This is the first time going live.
Don't start me, bitch.
Girl, she's sitting up here with her bra on.
I'm trying to get like you, Auntie. What's tea?
Hey, girl, hey. Hey, boy, hey.
Uh,
Come on in, niece. Hit the
y'all,
like button. Hit the like button. Girl, can she turn that down? Girl, I keep hearing the echo of myself.
I don't know why you hearing the echo, bitch. Ain't nothing else
Girl, because
on.
you got 19 devices running over there.
No, I do not.
Girl, you just turned it down. Girl, you on the device that I'm looking at you on, and then that one that's in your hand. She's stupid.
Whatever.
Hey, girl, hey. Hey, niece.
What's
Hey, Lisa Spence,
what's
Lovelace,
tea?
Bertha Thompson, Colleen, Teresa, Sandra, Naturalista, Naomi, P. Marcel, Jackie, Deidre F., Amber, Tony Tone, Gabby. Thank you for the 10,000 congratulations. For the congratulations getting 10,000 subscribers. Hey, girl, hey, we did it, niece. What's up,
Yes,
Lynette?
my auntie that got the 10,000, baby.
Yes. What's up, Amy, Harvey, Marcella, Marie Dixon? Hey, girl, hey. What's up, Lance, Steph, my girl, Les, Iris? Is it Brianna or Briani? Ricky, Tracy Collins, Nessa, the Delta Queen. Is that Delta Airlines or is that Delta Sigma Theta? What's up, Glooney, G Looney, my girl Mantra, Marquetta, Stephanie, Katina, Juanesta, Gary Copeland, Tony Tone, Lala Red. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, boy. What's up, Powerful Tanya Prince? Thank you guys in advance for the cash apps. I appreciate it, as well as the super chats. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm a Be More boy. I'm Craig the Writer Student. This is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Listen, you guys are going to meet Carlton very soon. I can say it now because we were live today. Will and I were live today, and he kind of said it before I was able to say it. But yes, I told you guys that once we hit 10,000, once I hit 10,000, or we hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, that he and I, Carlton and I, would do a live. He's actually still working right now. He's actually on a conference call for work. So we're going to do it. What you can do in the meantime and between times is go ahead and email us, me and Carlton, your questions, the questions that you want us to answer the night that we do our live. I haven't decided when we're going to do it. I have to get with him to figure out when we're going to do it. But I will absolutely give you guys advance notice. I will schedule the live, so you'll see it on my channel. It'll be scheduled. And you'll see it on my Facebook page as well. But I will let you know when we're going to do it in advance. But email us the questions at bookthewriter@gmail.com, or just go straight over to my website, craigthewriterstewart.com, and then go ahead and just send your question. I've already gotten some questions already. I forwarded them to Carlton so that he could see them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have an advantage over him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll read the question and be, formulating my answers in my head. So yeah, so just do me a favor and just email us and we'll go from there. All right. Thank you guys who took advantage of the 20% off on the books. I've been offering 20% off on all of my books since Monday. Today is Thursday. If you go over to my website, craigthewriterstewart.com, and put in, somebody's asking me for the email address. Here's the email address right here. The email address where you want to email your questions is right there, bookthewriter@gmail.com. But if you go over to craigthewriterstewart.com and use promo code CraigTheWriterStewart, you'll get 20% off of each book that you purchase, all right? So that's all the announcements that I have tonight. What's up, Keon? Your mother-in-law is in town?
Yes, honey, my mother-in-law is in town, baby.
Does she
Craig,
like you?
before I start, bitch, let me tell you something. Do you know how hard this secret was? The whole bitch. Why
Oh, I
say
know, bitch.
cartoon name?
You wanted to say it so many times.
Girl, I almost slipped and said it so many times.
So many times you almost said it.
Then
George
last week,
said it the other day.
George slipped and said it last week. Let me tell you, I'm so glad the cat is out the bag, honey. So now I can really say what I want to say without no filter, honey.
Well, girl, go ahead and say what you want to say. But here's the thing, for those of you that have been watching, some of you did know. Some of you thought that it was Jason, whose house we were at the jacuzzi in the pool that time for Sydney's birthday. But it's not Jason, because see, Jason has a dog, Carlton has a dog, so they didn't know whose dog it was barking in the background sometimes. And some, and I announced it on my Patreon a while ago. Like the people on the Patreon, they've already known. They've already seen Carlton.
Right.
They've already saw us go to the wedding in Charleston. Like they got to see the entire weekend. Like they've seen us at Target the other day. Like they've gotten to see all of those things. If you want to subscribe to the Patreon, you can, because we have been keeping it a secret. Also,
for a long time.
They saying, Keon, check your sound because it is low. It does sound low.
I sound low?
Yeah, you sound low. But if you want to join the Patreon, there's the link. But we have been keeping it a secret even from our friends like Will and Sydney. And like we didn't want them to know either, because just like I've been kind of protective through social media, I wanted to be protective even in my friendships, because I just felt like, until he and I figured out what mantra. Isn't it awesome? Isn't it awesome that two HU grads found each other? Yes, we both we both went to Hampton. But I just wanted to discuss it to my friends too. And this is a cautionary tale for those of you that are starting off and you're dating somebody new. And, this is a cautionary tale because it's important for you to solidify your relationship first. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you're talking about same gender loving relationships. Like even in my 20s, I was the same way. And I'm 44 now. I was the same way in my 20s. Like I didn't want my friends, somebody that I was dating, I never brought them around my friends. Even in my 20s, I never did until he and I figured out what we were going to do. Because sometimes when you're talking about same gender loving people, you're all the same gender. You like the same thing. You like either men if you're a guy, or you like women if you're a woman. And I just didn't
Craig,
want.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you before it was just low. But the thing is, girl, let me finish my story and then we'll do your sound check. Girl, this is why she should have been on here early.
Well, girl, you just signed on at 8:59. But keep going, tell your story, chick.
But the thing is, even in my 20s, I wanted to protect it, and I always felt like I wanted to get to know the person first, because if you don't solidify the relationship that you have with someone, it's easy for them to start liking one of your friends. And it's like, no, you need to build the foundation first. No, we would not move back to Hampton, Gabby. We would not. Your sound sounds better now, but it's still low, but it sounds better. I don't know what you did tonight, but.
Well, girl, you want me to come out and come back in?
Girl, if that's what you feel like you need to do.
Bitch, just because you done hit 10K, honey, don't start. Don't start, bitch. You still the same girl you was yesterday.
The same girl. The same girl.
Look,
the same girl.
9.99.
The same girl.
The same girl. You're the same girl.
Where did that come from? The same girl.
Hold on, you know where you got that from.
Text it to me. Where did I get that from? While we're waiting for Keon to come back, please, guys, make sure that you guys are ready to vote. Make sure that you are registered to vote. Rockthevote.org, not rockthevote.com. Rockthevote.org. Make sure you type it in correctly. Oh yeah, that was Carisha that said that. That was Carisha, please. Yes, thank you, Stacy. But yeah, so anyway, so I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page in terms of dating. And so then once we did that, we shared it with our friends. But I was recording certain things. Like when we went on certain, like you guys on my Patreon, you guys saw like the first, like one of our first dates that we had, because we were like recording that kind of stuff in anticipation of telling our friends. So like, you know, we wanted to, like once we came out, we wanted to share the video with our friends. So like I had recorded, like we had gone over to the SunTrust ballpark. Like that was one of our first dates, and we went to where we Andretti. We went to Andretti. Like I was recording like some of that stuff, and then I just feel like, you know, it would just be great memories for us to
We done went out.
Yeah, when you went out, we
done went out a couple of times. Y'all done came over here a couple of times. So
Right.
bitch, I've been waiting. See, you know, I don't
you
do you like you do me. You just air me out. Everybody saying we're
No, Keon, stop trying to act like I just be throwing
Craig,
you out.
You do air me out. You
No,
always
Keon, you know what the difference is.
And you better not say you keep me truthful, because that's not true.
No. You know what the difference is? When
What?
I came over to your house, you never told me that he was somebody you were dating.
That's your lie, and you don't stick to that.
You tried to make it seem like he was just
No. That night that you came over here, you met George for the very first time. I introduced you as my friend.
My microphone may not be plugged up, but I still have it here. But here's the thing. Flesh and blood. Now watch this, people. Flesh and blood ain't got to reveal everything. Some things are just spiritual. And see,
they're saying that in the comments, Craig. You do air me out.
I don't care
all the time. Bitch, I can't never tell my business. I can't tell it myself because Fox 5 News, bitch, tell it first.
I just
10, bitch.
I just had a feeling that it was more than the friendship. And I wasn't trying to air you out.
I'm gonna tell you what you said.
What did I say?
He digging you out.
I didn't say that on the live.
I'm gonna go back and pull it. You want me to send it to you?
I did not say that on the live.
Craig, you always air me out. Always.
The only thing that I air you out is about how you
no, bitch. You said your exact words was, "Have we touched and agreed?" Those were the words that you said.
Right.
I'm
clear about what I said. What I'm saying is, had you told me, Craig, this is somebody that
they talking about they couldn't hear, so I just put it in my ear.
Girl,
and then also I'm watching it right.
Well, you trying to do tech support with George over there.
He talking shit, man. He gonna talk about, is you gonna record the show or you gonna do tech support with George?
You still trying to work out your
What you ain't finna do is come for my man, bitch. If I want to talk to him, that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm listening to you. Oh, I can't wait till your man can pop up.
But no, here's the thing. I wasn't trying to air you out. What I'm saying is, if you had told me this is somebody that I'm talking to, don't say anything, don't mention it on the live, we just kind of hanging out. But you didn't say that.
I have to give you a disclaimer every time, Craig.
Well, but you want me to keep it a secret,
bitch, do you give me a disclaimer every time? Well, I do. I wait till you tell me, hey, you can go ahead and say I just did.
If you give me a disclaimer, I'm not going to say anything. Listen, this is like Fort Knox over here. I can keep a secret. But see, the thing is, I know
you can't keep no secret, girl. You are old woman who love to tell people business. That's what you like to do.
I can keep a secret, but see, you never said to me that this is a secret. Don't say anything. See, I know how you young girls are.
Girl, we did the same thing. The only thing is, you start talking to Carlton a couple of months later than I start talking to George, and you aired me out.
When did you and George start talking? First of all, Carlton started talking long after you and George.
Right, that's what I said, after me and George. So me and George start officially talking like
here she go moving the starting line. Girl.
Okay, so I met George last year in October, but me and George started getting serious and started conversing the end of February. Bitch, you met Carlton May 15th. Oh, no, that's when you and Carlton start dating or kicking it, May 15th, honey. So we're gonna drop receipts and drop dates, honey. Make sure you know.
Okay, well, when did he and I meet?
You and Carlton met, I want to say a little before my birthday or my birthday month.
Girl, when is your birthday?
Damn, bitch, you've been knowing me this long. You know when my birthday?
Girl, when is my birthday?
Your birthday is in May, honey.
May what?
May 4th. bitch. Oh, I thought I didn't know your birthday.
Somebody just told you.
Ain't nobody tell me nothing. Ain't nobody here but
Well,
me.
girl, give me a second. Let me look on Facebook to see when your birthday is.
That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. And I'm supposed to be real close to you, girl. Girl, I need to do a question and answer with you and see how you really know me. What's my favorite color?
Trollop red. Strumpet red.
Girl, that's a given, bitch.
Pink. Okay, so listen. I don't know who Boss Lady is. Who's Boss Lady? Marcellus. Thank you very much for gifting those books for her. I'm not sure who Boss Lady is, but Boss Lady, if you would please, oh, that ain't it. Boss Lady, if you would please go on over to my website and send me an email with your name and your YouTube name and let me know that Marcellus gifted you 2 books. All right, and then I'll get them shipped out to you.
Oh, Craig, I feel some way, bitch. You don't know my birthday.
Girl, ain't your birthday?
I know I've been knowing you for about 3 to 4 years. Girl, now those 3 to 4 years, you probably made one birthday. And matter of fact, you didn't even make that. You told me happy birthday. Out of the years that you'd have known me, honey. So I ain't gonna go there tonight. I'm gonna let you shine because you just got your
birthday is April 10th.
You just looked on Facebook.
Your birthday's
so
not on.
The whole world that is watching me and you know I know your birthday, and bitch, you don't know mine. That's sad.
First of all, for those of you that are saying that I ain't shit for not knowing his birthday,
because we argued about this before.
First of all, I want you all to tell me that you know all of your friends' birthday.
I know all my friends' birthdays.
And quiet as is kept, before Carlton, the only birthdays that I knew was Gladys, Milton's, and a couple of nephews. Good luck.
And girl, you barely know hers.
Oh no, I know Gladys's. I'll never hear the end of it if I didn't know hers. But yeah, so he and I met in March. You and George met in October. Let me get my goalies. You getting my pressure up.
Oh, no, bitch. Your pressure going up because you under pressure, bitch. You're getting nervous.
Well, I gotta get nervous.
And you over there sweating. Put your ass under the fire.
But you and look at Lady T-Bird with her self-righteous self. I know all of my friends' birthday. No, you don't, girl. She probably got 2 friends. No, I'm just playing Lady T-Bird. I'm just
Thank
joking.
you, Jeremy, for the cash out. Jeremy sent me a cash up and said, drag her.
Jeremy said that? Let me find
Jeremy sent me a cash out.
Let me find his Facebook and block him. We're going to fall just below 10,000 subscribers. No, I'm just playing. But no, so you met George in October, but y'all started dating when? In February?
In February.
Okay, so I met Carlton in March.
And y'all started dating May 15th.
Correct.
So that's 4 months. You waited to, well, you really ain't even showed him besides the Patreon.
Yeah, I've only shown him to the Patreon. See, that's one of the perks that you get from the Patreon, though. Like, I wasn't ready to share him on, like, social, like, all of this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Patreon, I share a lot of stuff on Patreon that I don't share elsewhere. The people on the Patreon, they know. Like, I'll post things specifically for them, like things that I'm thinking about, or like inspirational things, or I don't know, like for example, like there's certain vegan shower gels that I use. A lot of times people ask me to share stuff like that on my, but I don't always think to do that when I'm on a live, but I will share that stuff on my Patreon. Like
on your Patreon, right.
Yeah,
I remember when you first, I remember exactly what I was going. I was on the way to the barbershop, bitch, and you was like, well, girl, I mean, I do got something to tell you. You was like, I've been talking to somebody, and I said, auntie, so I ain't got to do you like they did Chili. You was like, no, girl. Then you started telling you about him. I said, bitch, you blushing and shit, girl. What's going on? So you was telling me, all the story and how you was, where you met him from, et cetera, et cetera.
Lola, you be spelling my last name wrong, girl. My last name is Stewart. But yeah, the promo code is Craig the Writer Stewart. I'm sorry, Keon. But yeah, and Cherie, yes, the hoodies are on sale over at the website as well, CraigTheWriterStore.com. If you click on merchandise or if you click on what does it say? Clothing or something? I don't know what it says, something like that, but you'll see it. But what were you? But yeah, I remember I told you that.
Yeah, I was on the way to the barbershop and you was telling me about him and stuff. And then girl, it just went from there. Then for a long time I couldn't see him. You know, he was a secret. And I said, bitch, let me see that man. Y'all was driving in the car. And you was like, here, this Keon. Keon, this is Carlton.
We want FaceTime.
I said, hey Carlton, I'm y'all niece / y'all only child.
I remember that. Where were we
laughing.
going? Were we here in the city or were we going out of town? Or I think
no, y'all
early on, so we must have been here.
Yeah, y'all was here. Y'all was here. And baby, it's been good vibes ever since, honey. I finally got to meet Carlton, honey. And we've been a duo, honey.
Miss Kitty is right. There are only 81 likes and there are 484 people watching. I'm watching. There are 484 people. Hey, girl. Hey, Yolanda Hood. I think you always get to watch the playback. Oh, Lola says she knows how to spell my name. That was autocorrect that did that. But yeah, so
now, Craig, girl, I'm gonna get you. You're smarter than that. I go, Craig. I tell you, I've been saying this shit all day long while I think about you. You're smarter than that.
Who said that?
I'm gonna get you.
Oh,
not Craig.
You're so stupid.
Not Craig.
You are so stupid. I'm not about to
Oh my God.
You know, I watched more of that video.
Me too.
Tawana is right. I can't wait to answer y'all questions when we do the live. And I'm going to go into, because I've really got some good questions already. I'm not going to say this on here, but thank you for the Cash App. And she says, my mom was diagnosed with COVID.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry to hear that. But listen, get some zinc. If you haven't already, get some zinc, get some oil of oregano. I take the pills, and get your vitamins, your A, B, C, D, and E. And just stay on them vitamins, stay hydrated.
Child, they better get some Buckley's. For all my old school people in there know what Buckley's is, honey. Buckley's kill everything. Do you hear me? You got to go searching for. You know about Buckley's, Fred?
No, I ain't never heard of that.
Bitch, when I tell you that shit's so nasty, but it kills everything, honey. Everything.
Girl, even the AIDS?
No, ain't that strong, bitch. But it kills everything almost up under that. Girl, it takes you out, honey.
Oh, yeah, Kimberly had a good point, too. Get some elderberry as well. Yes. Adrian said, baby, juicing this celery has changed my life. Listen, he and I, we do it every morning. And we've been doing our celery juicing. So, yes. Somebody said castor oil. I've been using black seed oil, not castor oil. That's what I've been using.
Yeah, we got some people know about Buckley's up in here.
Right. And yet, Mantra, you remember when I said, he going to be my husband. He just don't know it yet. I sure did say that.
Mm-hmm.
I sure did say that.
And that's the only person that you just said that's going to be your husband. Quiet as kept.
And as loud as you're going to say it. Man.
Yeah, but it's crazy how you just it's just crazy how you just know. But me and you, and we talked about this too on live a few months back before you started dating, before I started dating. We were talking about how these men gonna come into our lives when we unexpected, and it's just gonna come naturally and organically and stuff like that. And girl, look.
Right.
Girl, we'd have found some men to get on nerves, girl. We get on these men nerves.
Right. If you guys have questions, go ahead and email us at booktherwriter@gmail.com. I'm going to answer all of those questions once you email me. Email us, and we're going to set up a live. We'll answer the questions together. Lola said FedEx is playing games with my package. Niece, what's happening? Did you call them and get your tracking information? I definitely sent Lola her goalies.
Craig, your internet messing up.
No, my internet is not.
Yes, it is. It was freezing and skipping and shit.
No, that's your shit. Your volume is already fucked up.
No, it ain't, bitch. No, it ain't.
Email your questions here. Book
So
the
when we
writer.
gonna do this? When we gonna do this mukbang? That's what we need to be doing. When we gonna do this? Me and Craig said we was gonna do a mukbang about 2 weeks ago. We need to set that up. When you want to
Well,
do it?
what we gonna eat?
I don't know, but the only thing you can eat is fucking leaves. So what do you want to eat?
Try. Um, I don't know. Like I don't know. We need to set a date and just do it.
That's fine. We can do it. We can do that.
I was trying to Oh, it's not gonna show. Let me see something. I was trying to upload the actual clip from when I said that.
Which clip?
When I said he gonna be my husband. It ain't showing, but I'm gonna play it right here.
Yeah, Craig. People saying your internet now is acting up.
Girl,
Charles, always show production. Always.
girl, who's saying my internet? I don't see that.
Tony Tone just said your internet.
Girl, is my internet acting up? I want to see if you all are saying that. But look, let me show y'all the. No, I ain't gonna show it here. I'm gonna show it when he and I go live. That's when I'm gonna show it. But I do have something that I do need to show you guys. Hold on, Keon.
Key Taylor all night long on YouTube. Key, I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that you truly do have the keys to success, Key. And I hope that those keys to success unlock every single door that you want it to on this planet. Not even just this planet, the whole universe, Key. All right? Peace.
Do you mind if I touch you there? Do you mind? I'll start right here. Start right Work here. My way on over there. I'll have you going home. Turn them lights off, but keep them heels on. It's not my style to make you sit and wait. No, so come right here and put it on my plate. Yeah, I missed the love hangover. You gave it to me, now game over. I missed the love hangover. You gave it to me, now game over. All night long, just fuck all night long. All night long, just fuck all night long.
Girl, he just said just fuck all night long, girl. Did you hear that?
Girl, who is this man? Because this not the first time you advertised him or promoted for him. Who is this man?
Yeah, he wanted me to promote his music. His name is Keith Taylor. That's his Instagram page.
Girl, don't talk to me.
Take a look. So the guy says, Kimberly says, Craig, the way you looked at Carlton at his house that night when he stood up with them shorts on, I said, then, damn, Craig needs to. Oh. Meanwhile, your overnight bags were already over there. Oh my God. Anyway, somebody said do a snow crab leg with boiled potatoes mukbang.
Me and George just ate some crabs. Me, George, and my mother-in-law, as you would say, we just ate crabs and potatoes and sausage.
Lola, please.
I didn't eat a custard.
Lola,
well,
please
half a custard.
With your tracking information, and if you can't get it from them, email me and let me know what they say. But I mean, let me know, and then I can file a claim or something like that for it if it never delivers. But just email them. Email me tomorrow, like once you speak to them. All right, and I'll follow up with them, and then maybe file a claim with them because they.
Thank you, Vicky, for the Cash App. Craig, they talking about is you getting paid for this promo? Now y'all know this woman don't do nothing for free.
There are things that I do for free. There are things that I promote these Black businesses all the time for free. That wasn't one of them, but.
What you was finna say, bitch, before you forget?
I was gonna say to you, are we gonna do this mukbang with this crab shit.
We can do crabs if you want to do crabs, Craig. We can do crabs.
Well, who paying for it?
Well, how about we do another bowling and whoever win bowling pay for it.
I don't know if I can do. I don't know because next week things are happening, changing, and I can't, they really stressing us out about not being too social.
Oh yeah.
So that may not work. But yeah, maybe we can do a I wouldn't mind doing like a crab, but see, they need to be good. They need to be juicy, and you know what I'm saying?
Let's not do crabs, bitch, because you too picky. Let's do something else. We'll do a crab night, just us, one day. Well, not for the mukbang, because bitch, you too picky.
How much is what, Amy?
How much is the I guess the crab?
Brianna said I never had crabs. Neither have I. Neither have I. Oh my God. DeJuan, I was only kidding about the 10% from Nan. I wasn't trying to get 10% from her for real. I was just joking. Some of you, I think DeJuan know I was joking. But sometimes when I'm joking, like you guys don't really know that I'm joking. Like you think I'm serious.
What they say on tissue
paper feelings. I don't know how much the crabs are gonna cost. Keon, well, I guess we could get like a crab bag from one of these spots.
We can go to my spot.
Don't say the name. Who?
Oh, don't worry. You just said don't say the name, bitch.
Where are they? They near you?
Yeah, they're not. They're in the middle. Actually, they're in the middle of me and you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so
we can do that.
Maybe we can do some crab legs. They got to be juicy. And I guess we can sit in your basement and eat them since you don't have no carpet down there.
Well, your cleaning lady ain't been over. What happened? You fired her?
Your
Groupon coupon ran out.
She's not through Groupon. I have not been here, so I haven't had a need for her to be here. But she is coming this weekend. She's coming Saturday.
I told you might as well Airbnb your place out.
Yes, they got to be juicy crabs. Now, we're not going to the juicy crab, but the crabs need to be juicy.
They say they got to be juicy, Craig.
Right, that's what I just said. It's probably going to be about $50 because, I'm going to have to have some for me and some for you.
Are you going to invite your man?
No, we're going to do something separate now.
Oh, okay.
And then maybe down the line, me, you, Carlton, and George can do a live together. Like just talking about like dating and, just learning. Because there are some things that I really learned about myself.
Because, we had to wait about 6 months before, we could even say his name.
Well, first of all, George can't hold a pot of green. So he said the shit several times.
What you ain't finna do is come for my man.
No, that's just the truth. You ain't really coming for a person.
No, my man is just so comfortable and used to saying his name around y'all. So he was just talking freely. He forgot shit.
I mean, he got
sometimes I forget.
He got diarrhea in the lips.
No, you got diarrhea at the lips.
I never slipped up.
You tell everybody business.
But we don't get into that. That's not a slip up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Lovelace will do like a couples night, and we'll just talk about like how like we sat over over Carlton's house one day, or were we at Carlton's or were we out? And we were talking about like dating and just challenges that you face.
Mm-hmm.
Just things that you've learned about each other, like
and you learn different things about yourself. Because when me and you talk, we'll be talking and we'll be like, bitch, I learned this, or I'd have learned that, or this is what I'd have went through, and we just compare and contrast and just talk and stuff like that. So yeah.
Right. See, Stacey Parnell knows how much crabs cost. She said that's like $100 for 4 people. So I was just saying me and Keon, so that would be like $50. Somebody was like, $50? Oh hell no! I don't know what kind of crabs you eating for less than that.
$40.
Girl, you must be eating the crabs that get down in your genitals.
Bitch, you stupid.
Oh my God! But no, but seriously, for me, I think that would be a great conversation for the four of us to have.
Mm-hmm.
Not because we have it all figured out, not because we're
Right.
perfect, not because we have all of the answers, but just share with you guys, gay, straight, bisexual, or whatever, just to share with you guys that even when there's chemistry there and you click, you're gonna still have obstacles and things
Right.
to learn. I was looking for a copy of Book of Jewels because in that book I talk about how love is designed to grow us, is designed to stretch us, is designed to move us through those areas in our life that are uncomfortable, those things that we've gotten ourselves really comfortable doing, we've become complacent with. A partner
Right.
is supposed to anchor you and to pull you through those areas of discomfort. But sometimes people run. Like sometimes when a relationship ends, it's not always because a person cheats or a person, it's not always all of those reasons like that. Sometimes it's because people run because they don't want to grow, because growing is uncomfortable, because growing can be painful. And I say in the book of quotes, which I also don't have here, that in the book of quotes, growth is painful, but grow anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's important to grow, and
then
lessons are in those moments of growth.
Yeah, but then too, also, and when you're dating or in a relationship, the moment that you find out that shit ain't perfect,
that's when a lot of people also want to run.
They want to run. You get together and you in the baby stage and you find everything's so peaceful.
You in the what stage, girl?
You in the baby stages and you in the beginning. Everything's so sweet, and then soon as you find out that shit ain't perfect ain't nothing perfect, here you go trying to run off.
And that's just it. Nothing is going to be perfect.
Right.
Nothing is going to be perfect. And and a lot of times people run. So one of the things that I'm proud of about us, like me and him, is that we didn't run because I've been single for a while.
You've been single for years.
I dated because he stays in season, but I had dated because he stays in season. But I hadn't, I had situationships, and I write about that in Book of Jewels. I had a lot of situationships that didn't graduate or evolve into full relationships, right? But I didn't have those true tests, that you get from a relationship when you're seeing somebody every day. You're sleeping overnight with them every day. You know what I'm saying? You're learning the things that trigger them. And just to kind of share with you just briefly, I'm not going to go into a lot of great detail, but one of the things that I realized where one of those areas where I needed to grow in this relationship with him and just in my own personality was when I realized that there were things that triggered me that had nothing to do with him. Communication is our partner, clarity is our friend, Lovelace. There were things that triggered me that had nothing to do with him. These were traumas from previous relationships, situations, my childhood. I told you guys that I've combined Words Never Spoken and One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure. My first two books, I've combined them because I'm writing a screenplay. I'm writing a television series or movie or both, whichever. I don't know what it is right now. I'm just beginning. But one of the things that I was writing, those of you who read One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure. Those of you who read my first book, Words Never Spoken, I write about Appleton Street. I'm not going to go into it because I know some of you are ordering the books and you guys are waiting for those books to come. So I'm not going to talk about it, but I write about Appleton Street. And that Appleton Street thing, I'm writing about it in this screenplay, this television series that I'm writing, because that thing traumatized me for years. And that was one of the things that I had to share with Carlton, because there was some stuff that came up between us that had nothing to do with him that I still needed to heal. And I said to him, I said, you know what? And I shared the whole story with him about Appleton Street, So when people say, you know, you really shouldn't talk about previous relationships and things that happen, I disagree.
That's a lie. You should. You
I
should.
think you should. I think
You
you should
should.
talk, and you don't have to go into like how great the sex was and how big his thing was, or how, like, you ain't got to go into all of those things. But what I'm saying is, you should talk about the experience, some of the
Babe,
experience,
could you bring my ginger ale,
like
please?
maybe some of the issues that happened in the relationship, some of the things that hurt you, maybe why the relationship ended, so that person that you're in a relationship with now can be sensitive
Sensitive. There you go.
your traumas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's important to talk about certain things, you know? And so we have talked about those things. Like, there are things that he shared with me. But see, and this is why I say all the time, love is for everyone, but relationships are for the mature. Because see, you have to be able to emote. You have to be able to express yourself. You have to have that emotional maturity, that emotional intelligence to be able to say, baby, that hurt me when you did this. You know, and this had nothing to do with you. But like, you gotta listen. In Book of Jewels, I say, I need you to come to me with guns blazing. If you want to love me and be in a relationship with me, you gotta show up with your guns blazing. Don't come over here half stepping.
Right. But also too, Craig, you know what? A lot of times in relationships, people are afraid to say, you know what, baby, I apologize. You know what, I'm sorry. You know what, I'm sorry. I apologize, because whatever the situation is, and people just think, no, bitch, I'm right, or you know, I meant what I said how I feel, and not taking in consideration other people's feelings, your partner's feelings, your partner's, you know.
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, or anything like that. So it's just, you know, that's a big thing where you can't admit and say, hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I apologize. Thank you. And that plays a part in it too.
And you're right. And here's the thing. One of the things that I have learned from him, somebody said, oh, we got to open up these lines and talk about this. I just dropped the link in there. So if you want to join the conversation, you can. We haven't done this in a while.
And you know what? You know what I did today, Craig? It's funny that you said that. I just re-downloaded the conference thing. Remember we used to go live, and we used it today. I was doing the training class for my job today with managers and the staff or whatever, and we used that, and it was great. And I re-downloaded it today. So that's crazy that you said that.
But yeah, Eric said it best: steer clear of people who cannot sincerely say I'm sorry. They have a lot of control and ego. And see, for me, I've learned a great deal from him about, like, when we've had like a little disagreement about something, he's really good about coming and saying, so you want to talk about what happened? like
he is too. You know what? It has rubbed on me where I say, okay, you know what? I'm not finna go to bed, you know, in a bad place. Okay, you want to talk about it, or if you don't want to talk about it, let's not go to bed mad. We'll talk about it tomorrow, or we'll revisit the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because everything, like you say before, and I mean, you just said it plenty of times, everything is not meant to be discussed at that time. Bitch, sometimes I may have to walk off or go scream or cry or call one of my good girlfriends and say, bitch, let me just tell you, know, you have to find that outlet. And also with that, saying that not everybody needs to know your goddamn business.
Listen, some things you got to hold for yourself. Some things nobody should know about your relationship. But he's really good about saying, I'm sorry. He's very good about that. And I've learned from him, because I'm good at apologizing, but I got to get that anger off me first. But see, he's good at shaking that and saying, do you want to talk about what happened? You know, I'm sorry if I, you know, hurt your feelings. And like, he's really good about that. And I've learned so much from him, like, just from that. Because again, like I said, I'm not so egoic that I can't apologize, because I can apologize. But sometimes it might take me a day. You know, like, I gotta process.
But you gotta process it, right? You gotta let that shit go up in your head and go around and twirl around, and then come back and say, Steph, now am I ready to have this conversation? And if yourself say yes, then sometimes say, nah, bitch, you may want to wait a little bit, because you may say something that you ain't meaning to say again. So bitch, you might want to go back around again and then come back and visit it.
Yes, indeed. And see, and I gotta be in a space where when I'm ready to talk about it, that anger, that heat that heat ain't on it. You got to take the heat off of it.
Right.
And sometimes the heat's still on it for me.
Right.
You know, I might be ready to talk about it, but that heat's still on it. So then I have to pull back and be like, you know what? Let me take the heat off of it.
And also, Craig, a lot of people don't know how to argue. It's a way to argue in
There's a
debate.
right and a wrong way to love somebody. Keith Sweat said it best.
It's a lot of people don't know how to. A lot of people don't know how to argue without, you know, every conversation or every argument with your partner or your spouse don't mean that you don't have to hit below the belt. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I've learned. Go ahead. You had something else?
Go ahead. Here's
one of the things that I've learned. Are we arguing for the health and growth of the relationship, or are we arguing to break up?
To break up.
That's what you got to ask yourself. Are you arguing to win, or are you arguing to grow?
Because some
Adrian.
arguments are licensed. Hey, Adrian.
Hey, Craig. Hey, Keon. How y'all doing?
All right.
Okay.
Girl, where you at? Like your sunlight back there. Where you at?
I'm at home, girl. Where y'all at?
He said it looked like it's sunlight behind you.
It looked like it's sunlight behind you.
I got my patio lights on and they like blue and white. That's what you see.
See how you just came for me real quick?
Sorry. Boo, I'm sorry.
Came for me?
I've been drinking, boo. I'm sorry.
I blame that. Go ahead.
Okay, it's a really interesting conversation y'all having. A lot of people just, you know, first of all, you got to know yourself before you enter a relationship. I mean, how you gonna love somebody if you don't love yourself or know yourself? I've been married for 20 plus years. We've been together for a long time, and I'm very honest with him and vice versa. Like, if you can't tell your man or your spouse or whatever how you like it in the bedroom, like if you can't be honest with them and entertain what they want and vice versa, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Oh, wait.
Craig, you can hear us?
I can hear y'all, but I put y'all on mute because my honey called.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
He just finished working. Sorry.
Yeah. So I just like the conversation that you guys are having. And if you're just not ready to be in a relationship, just enjoy being single. Just enjoy being that right now. You're just not ready, and learn yourself. And that's okay. It's okay being single. It's okay to be single. And a lot of people don't understand that.
But you know what? Also, too, a lot of times people, they want to be in a relationship, or they want to feel the love. It's not that they want to be in a relationship, what I was meaning to say, but they want to feel the love because, like you said, it goes back to your childhood. A lot of people haven't got love or affection as a child. So when at growing up, they want to feel that love, feel that affection, and then all these people that you have that you're trying to get to love you and, you know, to be around, these are the wrong people that you're attracting. Then it's like a circle again. You just going around.
Right.
So, you know, and with you saying that you have to know yourself to a certain extent, because like, you know, me and Craig said before, you know, each relationship teach you something, or in a relationship you grow and you grow and you grow, but your partner is a reflection of you, and your partner is your actual teacher to help you, you know what I'm saying, just say, hey, because I have learned stuff that with George that I haven't learned about myself in the past, you know what I'm saying? So as a teacher or as my partner, sometimes I get a little defensive, but also I'm still retaining what he's saying, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a different thing in how people look at it, really.
I agree. I agree with you. If you're it's all about growing. And I've been a nurse for a long time, and I know that, like, when you're 12 and 13 and you have growth spurts, oftentimes preteens have pains in their joints and stuff because they have growth spurts. Their bones are growing. So you're uncomfortable because you're growing. It's the same with relationships. They are designed to strengthen you and better you. And if you with somebody that's like encouraging you and feeding you and all of that, that's wonderful. But a lot of times we are in toxic relationships and we don't know how to get out of them. I don't know how to, you know, I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm not Oprah. I'm not Iyanla. I don't know about all that, you know, but me and my husband, we have been through the ringer. He has held the mirror up to my face and made me deal with my shit, and vice versa.
But see, here's the thing. Let me say this. I'm gonna respond to that, but let me let Facebook know. I didn't just drop the link for YouTube, niece. I dropped it in comments, and it's supposed to go to YouTube and Facebook. But Facebook has been having problems, and I got a message earlier from the system that I use. They've been having issues with Facebook. Facebook is trying to correct it. But yeah, I am Queen. You can use the coupon code. Can somebody please drop the coupon code for I am Queen? She's trying to purchase books. But to your point, Adrian, when you choose both of your points, when you choose a partner, they are a reflection of you, and they're supposed to mirror for you your shit, your areas that you're supposed to grow, your areas where you're supposed to improve. But you have to humble yourself to be able to hear it and receive it. Because if your ego is so big, you're not going to hear it. And if you're not teachable, a relationship is not where you need to be.
Facts.
Right.
You have to be teachable. We all have to be teachable. I don't care how much I get on here and talk about relationships and what I know from a practical standpoint. You got to be able to apply that shit.
Right.
I'm saying to you, I've learned so much about myself. Like, it's like, oh, you thought you had all this shit figured out. Now here it is for you to learn. You got to be teachable. Sit your ass down. And if you're not ready to learn, a relationship is not where you need to be.
I agree.
This is straight out of Book of Jules.
But you also said the right thing too, Craig. You said humbleness. Humble yourself.
You're right,
a lot of people don't humble themselves, or they know all the answers.
Because after all, this is the partner that you chose. So if you chose this partner, you should trust them enough to reflect back to you what you need to know about yourself.
What you need to know about yourself.
Which is hard at first. That goes with sitting in your singledom, if that's a word, sitting in your singledom.
Yeah.
And learning yourself and knowing stuff about yourself. When me and my husband were very young, I had a problem with being submissive. Don't tell me what to do. Don't ask me where I'm going. What? But he just said she still got that problem. I do a little bit. I do. I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra, and I just feel like, nigga, you trust me, I trust you. I ain't got to tell you where I'm going. I don't care where you going. I knew you'll be back, but that's not the way he think, and I have to respect that. You know?
Yeah, because you and I will bump heads too. No, you leaving here, where you going? I just need to know. I just need to know.
Why do you need to know? Please answer. Please. Why I need to know
where you going? Because if you're asking,
that's what I was about to say. This was what I was about to say to piggyback. The reason why he needs to know where you're going is not about to try to keep tabs on you or to just say, hey, being this controlling person. Like, for instance, when I leave or I'm going somewhere, I'll text George, hey, I'm going here, I'm going there. Not to just let you know where I'm going, but also all the shit that's going on. You'll never know what's going to happen. You can walk out the door today and say, baby, I'm going here, and then end up somewhere else. So I have to know, babe, just to ease my mind, where the hell you going? I don't care what you're going to do.
Then what is wrong with you saying to him, hey, babe, I'm going over to Donna's house, or I'm running down to the mall?
Right.
That's just called accountability.
I agree.
Before you say anything, because see, I grew up with black women. I know you got a rebuttal. I know you got a rebuttal. But wait a minute, let me say this to you, Adrian. Let me say this real quick. Queen Shira, here's the coupon code for the books from the website. But anyway, here's the thing. There's a movie, and I've told this story before. There's a movie called Shall We Dance with Susan Sarandon and Richard Gere. They're married. Their 25th wedding anniversary is approaching.
Okay.
For the 25 years that they were married, he never knew how to dance. He never knew how to dance. So he starts taking these private dance lessons, but he never told his wife that he was going to surprise her.
I think I saw that. Okay.
J-Lo was in the movie. J-Lo was the dance teacher. But the way that they fashioned the movie, the way that they shot it, it made you think that he was about to have an affair with J-Lo. But that was never even the premise of the movie.
Wow.
The premise was he wanted to surprise his wife on their 25th anniversary that he knew how to dance. So he was taking
how to dance.
So his wife, Susan Sarandon, she hired a private investigator to follow him, right? Because he never told her what he was doing. She just knew he was coming home late. She just knew he was being very clandestine. So what ended up happening was the private detective came back to her and said, "Oh, here are the pictures. He's not having an affair. He's taking dance lessons." Well,
Wow.
Susan Sarandon was like, "Well, I don't understand why he didn't tell me." She was still livid. And the private investigator was like, "Well, why are you upset? Like, you should be happy. He's not having an affair. He's going to dance lessons." And you know what she said to him? And this is what I'm going to say to you. She said, "Why do people get married? When you get married because you want to have a witness to your life."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "There are 6 billion people in the world. What does one life really mean? When you agree to be in a relationship or a marriage with someone, what you're really saying to them is, your life will not go unnoticed. I will notice. I'll be there for the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, and the mundane. I will be there to witness your life." And that's all he's saying to you. He just wants to be there. So what's wrong with that?
No, absolutely nothing. Like, he's here now, right now. He clapped when he heard, especially Keon, when you said it's not even about where you going, and he's told me this. If something happened to your black ass, I don't know what to tell nobody, because you ain't told me where you going.
He gonna look like a suspect. They're like, "Well, how does he don't know where his wife is?"
But here's the thing also too, and me and Craig talked about this a minute ago. But you have this, and I'm not sure how you were brought up, but then what I will say is, because I had something similar to this, where I still won't let someone do something, or just my partner. But here goes, you have your parents or your a woman figure in your life saying, "A man don't need to know your every room. Never let your left hand know what your right hand doing, or this or that," and it sticks in your head. So now that you're dating, that's stuck to you. That's drilled.
But here's what I'm gonna say to the two of you, and I write about this in Book of Jewels.
Bitch, we done talked about this already. Me and you done talked about this.
Right, but I'm gonna say it for all the people who have not heard me say this, because we just hit 10,000 subscribers. So somebody in here is new.
Okay, 10,000. Okay.
So here's what I'll say to you. What I had to learn, and what you all have to learn, and I don't mean just you and Adrian and Keon, I mean everybody watching. What we have to learn is we have to learn to separate what we've been taught to believe about love and what we know to be true for ourselves.
What we know for true for ourselves.
Because there are certain things that we've learned just by observing our parents or whoever it is that raised you. Whoever it is that modeled relationships for you, whether your aunt raised you and you saw your aunt and uncle or her boyfriends or whatever, you have to separate what you know to be true for yourself and what they taught you. And you have to separate those things, because like Keon is saying, he was always taught, you don't do anything for a person. That's some of that trauma stuff that I'm talking. Those are still traumas.
Right.
It may not be a painful trauma, but those are still traumas.
It's funny that y'all bringing this up. This is like therapy for me. This is really awesome, because I was brought up in the South. Black mama, my mama 70-some years old. She was raised in the 40s. Baby, you always keep a spare tire. Keep an account that your man don't know about. You can't trust the nigga. All this kind of stuff. So maybe that's why I don't like him asking me.
And you carry that with you.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I love you,
Craig. But you know, Craig, what happens is, let me tell you, when he says, "Baby, where you're going," all she hear is, "You don't got nothing, nigga, know where you going. Keep going."
Her mama. She hear her mama.
She hear her mama. And
you know why she hear her mama, Keon? Because there are 3 people in their relationship. Well, actually, it's 4. Her, him, and her mama. Is he listening to me, Adrian?
He can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
But listen, here's the other thing, Adrian.
Adrian, now look, I know your husband listening. Now, when we get off this live, you don't drill her, because we already drilling her for you.
Right.
You don't have to say "I told you so" or nothing.
Listen, he is chilling. He is eating a meal that I had prepared for him. When he walked through the door, he good. He not gonna drill me.
Now, right. Adrian, once you get off this live, you need to let this marinate. You need to let this. You need to process this, and maybe
I'm gonna take it a step further. Because not only do we hear the voices of our parents or whoever raised us, we're also influenced by the music we listen to. I've talked about this before. Like those of you that always listen, and this is no shade against K. Michelle. I love K. Michelle. I love Mary J. Blige. I love Keisha Cole. So don't say that I'm hating on them because I love those girls. I listen to all them girls. But I have to listen to them girls in doses because that shit will change your chi, your energy, your outlook on life. Same thing with television. Y'all watching that show Cheaters that they filmed down there in Dallas. You got to be mindful of what you're going to start to imagine yourself in those scenarios. And you'll never be able to relax in a relationship. And one of the things that I've challenged myself to do in this relationship is to completely relax in it. Because the reason that we don't allow ourselves to relax in a relationship is because we're afraid that if the relationship fails or it stops working, we're not going to be able to recover from a heartbreak.
Right.
I am clear that I can recover from another heartbreak.
Absolutely.
Clear. So I'm gonna step boldly into this, and I'm gonna give him my best self. Because what I do know for sure is if this relationship ended tomorrow, he gonna feel it too. Because I know it ain't too many niggas that bring to the table what I bring to the table.
But right.
That's what I'm talking about. Turn around now. Turn around.
Craig. Because at the end of the day, we know our motherfucking name.
You got to know your name, Adrian.
Facts. And I do. I mean, we have a really great relationship, but of course, we go through things like everybody else. But I pride our relationship on communication and respect. We were never disrespected. Ain't no bitch ass, pussy ass, Nick. Ain't none of that going on ever. Like if my husband called me, like I would be so hurt. I would not even understand what's coming out of his mouth. So we respect each other. We communicate, but of course we have those times where we just not seeing eye to eye, and we talk about it. That's what you got to do.
But that's common. You have to. Everything is not going to be peachy and cream. You have to not see eye to eye. We're not going to always align, but you have to learn how to communicate. Like I said, you have to know how to argue. You have to know how to communicate. You have to know how. You have to know your partner. Number one, a lot of people be in relationships and don't know their partner. They just into it, going day by day. Like I say, just like they're teaching you, you have to teach them. It's a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. So you definitely have to know your battles, know how to fight them. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, let me ask y'all this since I got y'all on here. I have a friend that's not. She don't do really well with relationships, and she has been in one that okay. Long story short, when she loves somebody and she ended up being broken, and now she wants to just shut it off forever and just be like Walona on Good Times and not have no man and just have Penny. You know what I mean? Like she don't want no man at all. So I mean, I try to give her advice and stuff, but. Her rationale is that it hurts so bad trying to get over this. I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to go through it again. But
but see, the thing is, during her singleness, that's the time that she's supposed to heal that stuff. Even if it means going to therapy, going to counseling, like that's when she needs to heal that kind of stuff. And what happens is a lot of times people think that just because you've experienced a breakup or heartbreak or whatever, that becomes the tape that you continue to play in your head.
Right.
You continue to play that tape in your head. And I just believe that you draw in the energy based, your thoughts create your destiny.
Right.
Your thoughts create your destiny. It's as simple as that. And I've given you guys very, very basic examples of this over the years, talking on these lives, even in the first and second books. Like when I moved to LA, I used to panic financially. And this conversation may not even be just about relationships for some people.
Right.
Having a very difficult time financially. The first of the month, you panicking because all of the bills are due the first of the month. And and then once you finally get those bills paid, you already holding your breath for the next month. Because your thoughts create your destiny. But what I'm here to tell you is anything can happen. You have to change the way that you think.
Facts.
And when I used to panic about and that was one of the things that I adopted from my mom. That was another one of the things I inherited from her. Because when I was struggling, she would be like, well, how are you going to pay your rent next month? I'm like, well, girl, I don't know. I just paid this month's rent. Girl, I got 30 days to worry about next month. Don't influence me with that.
Right.
And so when I started to panic, I started to change my mind. I would say, you know what, Craig, you're not going to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen. Craig, you don't know how you're going to put gas in the car. You know what? I would change the way I thought. I would remove that thought and completely think about something else. It takes practice. And I posted this the other day, either on my YouTube or my somewhere, Patreon. Faith is a muscle that you have to build. It's a muscle that you have to exercise.
Yes.
It doesn't just come naturally. Like, you have to train yourself to think positively.
Right.
Stop being so quick to think that things are going to happen negatively. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's financially, whether it's a job promotion, whatever it is that's going on in your life, stop thinking so negatively.
Whatever it is, you already going into it with the mindset of no, can't, will not, won't happen. So you're already manifesting that. So yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
So somebody said, exercise for me. The mental exercise for me was catching myself doing it and changing my mind. So like I told you guys a moment ago, I've combined the two manuscripts for the first two books, and I'm writing this new thing. And just the other day, yesterday I was writing, and in my mind, I kept saying, well, how are you going to get this developed into a TV show? Like, how are you really going to get this to a Netflix or an Amazon Prime or a real network? Like, how are you going to do that? And then right away, I shut that thought off. I said, you know what? That's not your job to worry about that. Your job is not to worry about how to get from here to there. What happens between here and there is not your business. My only job is to write the script. Write the script, the universe will open up for the rest.
The universe will open up. Right.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But also, I was telling George, and I'm gonna respond back to you, Adrian, about your friend. But I was just telling George yesterday. Me and George, we were just talking. Just he was away, I'm away, and we were just having a conversation. But also, I was telling him, when things get thrown at me, just different things. Just when things get thrown at me, what I do is I don't cry. I mean, yeah, it hurts. Yeah, you dwell, but you gotta take it. You gotta keep it moving. You gotta put your big girl panties on, your big boy panties, drawers on, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You can't dwell on what that happened. Now I got myself in this shit. How the hell I'm finna get out? How can I fight the bears to move the hell out the way? You know what I'm saying? So you just got to take it. And people be asking me, your mom just passed. How you be able to? I love my mom, but at the end of the day, I still have to move forward. My life still goes on. I have to fight to try to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I just can't get in the corner and cry. Because at the end of the day, shit, she gone. I'm still here.
I'm sorry to hear your mom just passed, Keon. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but how am I gonna move through life? My rent paid, my lights paid, everything paid. That's on to the next day. But back to your friend, you got to build as a friend. Be that positive person around her. You know what I'm saying? You have those people who her self-esteem is low. Just gathering from what you're saying. She don't have no confidence. Her self-esteem is low. She thinks everybody's out there.
And fine as hell.
But that be the main ones. Also, she may not know how to love. She may not know how to trust. She may not know how to have faith. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different things that you have to install into her, and and just coach her.
I mean, and you can try to do that, Adrian, but that's inner work that she has to do.
Absolutely,
she has to do that work.
Absolutely.
But you still have to. That's true, Craig. But you still have to have someone positive around you. You still have to have a light, because she may be going home in the dark all the time, but you still have to have somebody that's around you that's positive, that's have that energy. Like you said, energy is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure you still don't give up on her. Keep going. Keep pushing her. Keep forcing her. Yeah.
Oh yes, we all, like, it's 4 of us, maybe 5 of us. We've been friends for 30 years. I'm telling my age, but we've been friends a very long time. And if we don't hear from her in a day or 2, we pull it up. So she's okay, but she has issues with relationships due to her past, that things that she hasn't healed up from, and she realizes that. So it's just a work in progress. I want love for my friend, but I'm not sure if she wants it for herself. And I can control that. I think
it would be so beautiful if she could really just get to therapy, to counseling, seriously. Because counseling, I used to go.
Yeah.
This has become my therapy now. But counseling truly will allow you to unlock
It
those.
does.
They're not there. The therapist is not there to give you the answer.
Not.
They're there to be a sounding board for you to hear it for yourself. Because sometimes you just need to hear it for yourself to be able to unlock it. Because after a while, I don't care how great of friends you are, you got a life, you got a husband, and girl, I don't need my ear bleeding about this same thing every single day. Girl, my ear is bleeding.
And you need somebody to listen to you that is not emotionally vested with you. And a therapist, they are trained. They don't care if you cuss, scream, throw shit. They just gonna sit there and be like, girl, are you ready to talk now? Like, they don't care. My therapist, I love her. We got a long relationship. And when I go in there and act a fool, she just be sitting there sipping her tea, waiting until I'm done. So,
yeah. And even the counseling, I never been to counseling, so I'm not saying that it may not work for me or will work for me. But what I'm saying is everybody do things different. Find your outlet is what I'm saying. You know, if I'm in a mood and don't want to talk to nobody, or I'm down, or I need to get counseled, like you said, music is the first thing. I ride by myself. Sometimes silence, just hearing the road. You know, I know it's plenty of times I drive down the road, listening to the road and just thinking, I found my own outlet. Because I've never been the type of person. I've never been a person to vent to people like that. You know, I got one or two people that I vent to, but I'm usually my own healer, my own person. You know, I feel like
that's a lot of pressure, Keon. That's a lot of pressure.
But it is. But at the same time, too, you have to find those certain people, and I have those ones that I vent to, but I know how to. It's just within me how I can cope with stuff and deal with stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm my own healer in a way, I would say, but also Craig, just different friends that I have that help me get through certain things, you know. But you just have to find your outlet. And I'm not saying counseling won't work, but counseling ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
So, just like God ain't for everybody. I can't stand them folks, girl. Just pray about it. Just go to Jesus, girl. Wait a minute now.
And the thing too about that, Adrian, Tina Jones, the code is Craig the Writer Stewart for the books.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I need that goalie Gummies code, baby, because I looked on the other day and them hoes is high as giraffe pussy.
Craig the Writer Stewart is the promo code too.
Okay.
Craig the Writer Stewart is the promo code for that. But here's the thing too about what you were saying, Adrian. As Black people, sometimes we assume that other Black people believe in God. Not everybody believes in God.
Not everybody believes in God.
You know, you telling somebody to go to God or just pray about it. But you have to understand that isn't everybody's outlet.
That's right.
We assume that because 80% of Black folks believe in God, believe in a higher power, but not all people do. So they have to have some sort of a resource as well.
That's right. I agree. And even if you go to God, if you first of all, you have to have that. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about spirituality because religion is different. But even if you have that deep connection with your higher power, whatever that is, he or she gave you intuition, knowledge, get up and go to figure it out on your own. Yes, talk to me, but girl, listen, I done gave you a vision. I done told you what to do. Now, what you gonna do now?
What you gonna do with it?
So, you know.
Well, listen, I done said all I need to say tonight.
I mean, me too, girl. I'm
Let
good.
me tell you something. I needed this live. I feel like a lot of people needed this live night. It was done for. This happened for a reason. This was a good live. You know, a good topic, especially if we start off with date and then look where we ended. You know, so
I agree.
It was very good. It was very good.
I was Craig. You said something last night on Maddie's Patreon. You remember me being on there last night?
Yeah, of course.
And I got cut off because my battery was low.
Yeah, your phone died. Yeah.
Yes. And you had said something about getting started and the fear of like trying to take care of your family and stuff. That really gave me so much reflection. I've been thinking about that today. So I just appreciate you being so open about that.
Well, let me tell them the story since they don't know what we're talking about.
Tell them, babe.
Yeah, so Adrian was saying, like, was it you that asked Madison that?
Yes, it was. I went into a whole interview mode, honey. I don't know if I'm going to get to talk to Maddie again. I took advantage of the situation.
Right. So Adrian had asked Madison, did she ever have a fear of success? And Madison's answer was no. My answer, and she didn't ask me this, but I just felt it was important to share. And so I jumped in and said, Adrian, I know you didn't ask me, but you know, for me, it was different. Like I did have a fear of success. And this is something that I just unlocked for myself probably in the past 2 years, maybe 3. Part of the reason I was afraid of success, like I've always felt like seriously, as a child, I always felt like my life would, I always felt like I would create something or do some sort of work that would kind of affect people, impact people. I didn't know what that was. I did not know I was going to write books. I didn't know any of that. I just knew on a spiritual level that the work that I would create would end up touching people somehow. I didn't know what that would be though.
Mm-hmm.
But I was afraid of the success of that because I was afraid of being the first person in my family to succeed. I was afraid of being the one that everyone would turn to when they were in financial trouble. Yeah. I was afraid of being the one that everybody would turn to for advice or for help. So I think on a subconsciously, I think that I prolonged my success. Mm-hmm. I think on a subconscious level, I was running away from it. Even though in the books, I tell you guys about how I was doing the plays and I was producing greeting cards and I was doing all of these things. I was doing all of these things in the physical realm. But secretly, because again, your thoughts create your destiny. In the back of my subconscious, I was afraid of really making it.
Making it, right.
I think that energy that I was thinking and feeling and harboring was really stronger than what I was doing out here physically, creating.
That makes so much sense.
Yes, that stuff superseded what I was actually doing in the physical realm. And so once I divorced myself from that responsibility of having to take it, because my mother had 12 sisters and brothers.
Yeah, wow.
And they all had children except for one. And so I kind of felt like, because I had family members who used to say, oh, I can't wait for you to make it. I had family members, listen.
They waiting on your bag.
From the time I was a child, Adrian, I had people in my family saying, oh, Craig, I know you're going to, I had aunts telling me, I had cousins, they were like, oh, I know you're going to make, I can't wait for you to make it. Ooh, my sister even said to me, ooh, my brother going to take care of me when he make it. Like I
was the first one in my family to go to college, so I feel you.
I carried that stuff with me. But I divorced myself. Just like I was saying to you guys earlier, you have to separate what you've been taught to believe about love from what you know to be true for yourself. You have to separate what you've been taught to believe about religion from what you believe and know for yourself. Same thing for this. I had to separate myself. I had to divorce myself from that. I'm not responsible for all of these people. That's not my responsibility. And then once I got rid of that, I purged that, that's when things started to really manifest.
And I want to ask you how, because before I got cut off last night, me and my husband are trying to do different things, but it's something halting us and we're not really sure what it is. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's a fear of failure or being too big or girl, don't nobody know you, or, it's just something halting us and we've been praying about it, but how do you get over something like that?
So you think you're afraid of what though? Like, what do you mean? What you're afraid of what?
Okay, because the same what we were just talking about. Me and my husband are discussing starting a channel, starting a platform. Okay. But I keep telling myself, I don't want to be famous. I don't want the fame. I'm not trying to be a star. I'm just trying to be
worried about fame.
You should, right.
Don't worry about fame. Focus on the purpose. Focus on your purpose. Focus on purpose. Don't worry about fame, because fame ain't never come. And see, I've never wanted to be never. Mm-hmm. I've never wanted to be a person that was recognized. I've always enjoyed the luxury of walking through the streets and nobody knowing who I was.
Pumping my own gas, all of that. Right.
That was another reason why I think things hadn't happened for me too, because I was resisting that. And I think God and the universe wanted me to be more visible, to be able to say this stuff that I'm saying, to be able to write the thing. And that was another thing, like for the first few years that the books were out, I would never do anything like this because I just felt like I wanted people to read the work. They didn't have to know what I looked like, just read the books. But sometimes you gotta be in front of people to pull them in for the honey. You know what I'm saying? And so what I realized was, because my prayer, you guys know, those of you that have been watching me, I pray every single night down on my knees. And one of my prayers consistently since I was a kid or since I was in college was, use me, use my gift, use my purpose to reach, teach, and heal. Mm-hmm. I want to reach millions of people. This was my prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And then when things started to happen, I was putting on the brakes. I was pulling back. But then when the Spirit told me, you can't ask God to use you and then choose how he uses you.
Right.
You can ask him to use you and then you try to decide how he's going to use you.
Okay. Come on, Craig.
So my point to you is start the channel and make it happen. Just do what you are intended to do. That's Absolutely. It. And just allow it to go wherever the dream, the gift is supposed to go. That was what I did when I sat down to write these books. When I wrote Words Never Spoken, I didn't even have a YouTube, I didn't have any of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that same fear, I think his name was Dennis, asked me earlier, how do you rid those negative thoughts? Those same fears were coming when I was I was renting a room in a house in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting at the computer writing this book. I had gotten fired from my job.
Wow.
I had gotten fired from my job. And I was writing every night. And there were things there was those negative thoughts that kept coming. And it would say to me, well, why are you writing this book? You don't have an agent. You don't have a publishing deal. How are people going to find out about these books?
Your own mind will sabotage you.
Your own mind will trip you. And I kept saying to myself, just like I just told you guys, change the way that you think. Stop thinking that way. And I would literally tell myself, that's not your job to figure out how the books are going to get to the people.
Right.
Your job is to sit here and write this book. That's the first step. Once you write the book, the universe will carve away. Because see, the universe conspires to work in your favor.
Right.
It conspires to work in your favor if you see it that way.
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah. That's awesome. That's really good advice. It really is. I mean, real talk, because I hear a lot of bullshit, as we all do, but that's really good advice.
Yeah. And so my intention when I was writing the first book, every book that I've written, I sit and I pray over it before I write. Even the script that I'm writing now, I sat down and I prayed before I started writing. And I say, God, take this where it's supposed to go. You're just supposed to create whatever it is that you were called to do.
Right.
Whether it's a bakery, whether it's a shoe store, whether it's a children's school, whatever it is, you're just supposed to do your part, right?
Right.
And so I would sit down every day and I would type and I would write. And then once it was done, I just let it go and I just released it. Unbeknownst to me, several years later, there would be a thing called Facebook and YouTube Live. I didn't need a publishing company. I didn't need a publicist. I have you all. So the books are selling because of you. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to figure out. See, our problem is we get so caught up in how are the dots going to get connected. That's not your job to figure that out.
Right.
That's not your job. Try to figure out how to connect the dots.
God, I wish my husband was in here.
And the rest will align.
Yeah. That's really good. I really appreciate you guys. Keon, too. You had some really good advice. This was really good therapy for me. What did I want to say? I don't know. I'm just so overwhelmed right now with emotion. So I just really appreciate you guys for the advice and the time. This was a really good conversation. I needed to have this. Oh shit, I forgot again. I'm sorry, child. I'm past 40. I'm sorry. I forgot. But
and if you need to write me, write Craig, or if you have any questions, I mean, it don't stop here. Reach out. If it take us a day or so to respond back, still reach out. They ain't gonna never see this shit. Write us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Write us,
Eric, you're welcome to order the books through Amazon. Yes, they do get a bit of profit from there, but you're welcome to order through Amazon. The books are on Audible. All of the books are on Audible except for the Book of Quotes. I am narrating the books.
Okay.
You're also on your tablets too. If you have an iPad or if you have a Kindle or a Nook or whatever. Yes.
Craig, you know what this remind me of? Just sitting here talking to her. You remember we went out of town. We went to one book signing. We went to another.
Tell the story.
But let me tell you something. After I say this, I'm gonna get off.
After he say this, we get off here.
Yeah, it's gonna prove a point. So me, Craig, and another friend, we went out of town. We all drove. We went in the car. We drove.
He
had two book signings, and he spoke. To
what was this, like 2 years ago?
This was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago.
Then watch how quickly God will move.
Right. Watch this. So me, Craig, and one of our other friends, we went to the first book signing. It was good. It was lovely. We went to the second book signing. Now, this one was supposed to be big. You know, we was expecting these people and everything. But I think, Craig, this was a humbling moment for you. This was a humbling moment for you because, you know,
my girl Marie remembers this was in Charleston, South Carolina.
Right. So we used to just going in and, you know, with, you know, Craig platform, my platform, we used to just putting something out and people gonna show up. But it was a humbling experience. This was one time it was a humbling experience for Craig. So we went on this particular night, we went there, you know, we set up, I helped Craig set up, we did a whole bunch of stuff.
Honey, one person showed up.
Only one person came. One. But with this one person, it was meant for just that one person to come because it touched each and every one of our lives. Like it was just like the energy, the feel. It was just something about this night that changed all of us. And she still watches. I can't think of her name, Campbell. I can't think of her first name at the moment. I can't think. Yeah, but she talked to us, and I'll never forget. She talked to us about, you know, her struggle with her mom being sick. She talked about, you know, being the only girl, being you know, she was just all these things. She was talking about struggling. She was talking about all these things. She still came. She supported Craig. She taught one thing that touched me was she said that her mother, she said she wasn't going to show up because she didn't have the money to buy one of Craig's books.
Wow.
But her mom gave her the money. And she came. She was the only person. We sat there. We talked.
She was the only person this show.
Only person, but it touched us so. Like it was just how we sit here talking.
And what I realized was that signing wasn't even about me. It was about her.
It was about her.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That was supposed to happen. That was not for nothing.
You know what? A few months later, her mom passed.
Her mom passed. And here's the other thing, Adrian, and everybody that's listening. She came to the restaurant, and I saw her, but she was such a shy person.
Right.
She almost didn't come over.
Right.
So I had my little banner up. You know my little banner that I be having right here? Girl, not a single person showed up, but this one girl. And so she finally walked over. And what I realized, too, is if it was a crowd of people, she probably would have never come over.
She would never came and talked to us.
Right. And if she had come over, I wouldn't have had that one-on-one time with her.
Right.
Because I would have been talking to people and I'd have been signing books and you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have had that one-on-one time with her.
Yeah.
That changed my life. But here's the thing. The very next day I had a signing in another city in South, because that was in Charleston.
That was in Charleston.
In Green, and baby, the room was full.
full of people.
That was supposed to happen. That was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. Okay, wait. Before I forget, I know what I was going to say now.
Okay.
Regarding this YouTube channel and all this stuff we're trying to start, I have been through so much. I feel like I have been shown that I need to tell my story. I have been through all kind of stuff. I won't divulge it right here, but so many people need to hear what my story is to know that you can make it on the other side of that thing. And that's why I feel so powerful about this. And I can't let nothing stop me. Like I gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do it. And you guys have been so inspirational. A lot of people have actually, but having this conversation with you guys tonight, oh my God, it's been everything. I really appreciate you.
Look, I'm gonna say this and get off. Make your channel, because your channel, you're gonna attract your own audience. You get what I'm saying? Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And it's crazy because I just told Craig this a year ago today. I put on Facebook and said, I always had to follow with different things, but a year ago today, me and Craig always been recording. But a year ago today, I said, I posted on Facebook, I restarted my whole YouTube, erased everything, just did different things. Here go a year later, I'm in a whole nother place recording, not only recording with Craig, I'm recording with myself. I have drawn another following. It just depends. It's who you attract, what you attract, and just get out there started. Whether it's 2 people, 5 people, 100 people, get out there and start it. Get out there and start it. And whatever you need, let me know, let Craig know.
I will. I can honestly say I love you guys, and of course I don't know y'all, and y'all don't know me, but just loving y'all, just on the culture, man. Just giving up the nuggets to our people. Some of us we get a little bit of success and we want to hold it to ourselves. Man, share that thing. It's enough for everybody out here.
Right.
You know.
What city are you in, Adrian?
Dallas, baby. Dallas, Texas, baby.
Come on,
Okay,
T-Mac.
Dallas. Come on, Dallas.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Listen, I gotta get off of here. Listen,
Right, bitch, I got work in the morning.
yes, you guys have an amazing night. Thank you so much, Adrian.
Thank you guys so much for having me. You guys have a great night.
All right, you too.
And for the new followers, follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube at The Real Keon Stafford. All right, Craig, I ain't advertising no more. Bye.
Have an amazing night, guys. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. Hopefully, we said something that will send vibrations into the universe and will trigger you to feel change and to walk away from this conversation feeling differently than you did when you started. All right. Bye, y'all. Brush your teeth, brush your tongue. And don't forget that oil pulling, but that cold pressed, unrefined, virgin, coconut, organic coconut oil. Bye, y'all.
Bye.